Here's a number that might surprise you. The median household net worth in America right now is about $192,000. That's everything: the house, the retirement account, the savings, minus all debt. Meanwhile, the top 1% of households are sitting on at least $11.6 million. And according to the Federal Reserve, that top 1% now controls 31.7% of all wealth in this country, the highest share since they started tracking it in 1989. So where does that leave you? And more importantly, how much money do you actually need to be considered rich in 2026? That's exactly what we're breaking down today. The real numbers backed by Federal Reserve data, IRS filings, and the latest census figures. We're talking income and net worth, because those are two very different things for the top 10%, top 5%, and top 1% of Americans. Let's start with something important. Income and net worth are not the same thing. Your income is what flows in every year: your salary, your business profits, your investment returns. Net worth is the scoreboard. It's everything you own minus everything you owe. A doctor earning $400,000 a year but carrying $600,000 in student loans and a massive mortgage could have a lower net worth than a teacher who's been quietly investing for 25 years. So keep that in mind as we walk through these numbers. What you earn matters, but what you keep matters more. Let's talk about the top 10%. By income, you need a household income of roughly $251,000 per year to crack the top 10% nationally. That's not individual income, that's household. So two people earning $125,000 each get you there. And $125,000, while solid, isn't what most people picture when they hear top 10%. In many dual-income professional households across the country, this is reachable. But here's where it gets real. To be in the top 10% by net worth, you need between $1.9 million and $2.5 million. That gap between income and net worth tells a story. Plenty of people earn top 10% money and spend every cent of it. The ones who actually build top 10% wealth are the ones who consistently convert income into assets, month after month, year after year. Now here's an interesting data point. Charles Schwab's 2025 Modern Wealth Survey asked Americans how much you need to be wealthy. The average answer was $2.3 million. That almost perfectly lines up with the top 10% net worth threshold. So when most people picture wealthy, they're not picturing private jets, they're picturing the top 10%. And here's what's wild. That $2.3 million number is up 21% from just 2021. Inflation, rising housing costs, and a higher cost of living have completely shifted what Americans think wealth looks like. The goalpost moved. If you're not adjusting your targets to match, you're already falling behind. Let's move to the top 5%. The income threshold here jumps to about $336,000 per year for a household. This usually means either two high-earning professionals, a successful business owner, or someone in a specialized field like medicine, law, tech, or finance. It's a significant jump from the top 10% number, but it's still reachable for people who are strategic about their careers. The net worth threshold for the top 5% sits between $3 million and $4 million. At this level, your money is working for you in a meaningful way. A $3.5 million portfolio, even conservatively invested, can generate somewhere around $105,000 to $140,000 per year in returns without touching the principal. That's passive income that rivals a solid full-time salary. This is the level where financial freedom stops being a concept and starts being a daily reality. And the distance between the top 10% and the top 5% is worth paying attention to. Going from $2 million to $4 million in net worth doesn't just happen because you're earning well. It requires intentional decisions, high savings rates, smart tax strategies, business equity, or investments that compound over long periods of time. Now, the top 1%. This is the number everyone asks about. By income, you need between $650,000 and $800,000 a year in household earnings to be in the top 1%. That varies a lot by state. In Connecticut or New York, the bar is above $800,000. In some lower-cost states, it could be around $400,000. But the net worth threshold is where the real separation happens. To be in the top 1% by net worth, you need approximately $11.6 million to $13.7 million. And the average net worth inside the top 1% isn't $12 million. It's between $25 million and $30 million. That's how heavily concentrated wealth is at the very top. In fact, the total wealth held by the top 1% of Americans hit $52 trillion last year. The people at this level aren't just earning high salaries. Most of them own businesses, hold large equity positions, or have built portfolios over decades that generate wealth on top of wealth. Their money compounds faster because they have more of it deployed. That's the math that separates the top 1% from everyone else. It's not just about working harder. It's about owning assets that grow whether you're awake or asleep. So what does all of this mean for you? First, the top 10% is more reachable than most people realize. It doesn't require a trust fund or a tech startup. It requires consistent, disciplined wealth building over 20 to 30 years. A household saving and investing $2,000 per month, getting average market returns, can reach $1.9 million in roughly 25 years. Second, income is the engine, but net worth is the destination. Chasing a higher salary without building assets is like running on a treadmill. Lots of effort, no forward movement. The behaviors that build real wealth are boring. Avoiding lifestyle inflation, staying invested through market drops, keeping debt low, automating your savings. None of it is flashy. All of it works. Third, geography matters. A $2 million net worth in Nashville or Boise gives you a completely different life than $2 million in San Francisco or Manhattan. Where you choose to live is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make, and almost nobody frames it that way. The gap between where you are and where you want to be isn't closed by luck. It's closed by knowing the real numbers, making a plan, and executing on it year after year. That's what building wealth actually looks like. If this breakdown gave you clarity, subscribe to Frankie Finance. We break down real financial data